Hey guys, it's Steven with a Bytes chart update. As you can see, we've had a nice bullish push above our central pivot here. I've been waiting for this type of move to kind of turn this resistance and just push above it. So maybe we'll see another test back here, and maybe we'll see some support come in. So let's just keep watching here on the Bytes to Ethereum ratio. You can see we've broken out of this is the weekly pivot chart that I created. You saw we kind of broke above, back below, broke above, and then we kind of found good support here. And that's when we started seeing the move. And we saw a bunch of very large buys today, um, 12, 10, um, Ethereum buy orders. Looks like the same person here, just accumulating a pretty good amount. Most likely doing that to catch the wave of the Twitch event that's coming up. So I wanted to go over my liquidity position and really clarify how aggressive this was and why I decided to be so aggressive with this range and not make it a larger range. Why didn't I just do 19 to 23? And I'm going to just show you my reasoning right now. So the way I look at it is if I'm able to concentrate my liquidity to where I think most of the buys will happen, that kind of gives me more opportunity and higher returns. Um, I am planning on closing out my liquidity position now. I feel like I've gained enough fees since the last week, about $2,500 in fees. That's about 30%. So I feel like I did my job here. I accumulated at 21 here, and with about a 30% increase, that gives me a lot of leeway. From 21, 30% from here would be about 27. So I don't really have that much loss, even if the bytes keep going up, even though I'm just sitting in Ethereum right now. Um, I really don't have that much of a loss, even though we're moving above here. It was definitely worth it for me. And the way I look at it is, say I did want to, let's just say I want to double my pooling area. Say I did between 21 to down to 20 here, and then I change that to, let's just call it 20 to 22. In order for the 22 to 20 to pay the same amount, I only need about half of the time that the chart stays in this range. I only need about half of the time to stay in that range, if that makes sense. So once it goes above, it could be above this range for half the time, half the volume, and I still make just as much because my liquidity is twice as concentrated here. So I'm not sure if that's a really good way to explain it, but the larger your liquidity range, the less fees you make. Because I was so concentrated here, half the time could be in the range, half the time could be out. It would still be the same as if it was just in between this spot here. So that's kind of the reason why I did that. But I do plan on closing this position out and making a more conservative range. I'm possibly going to do one between 23 to 21 here. I feel like it could come back down here and act as support. And I feel like this was definitely the buy zone. I was also hoping to maybe get another shot here to just be able to accumulate, but I feel like that time has passed. So for me, this liquidity zone is no longer useful to me. So I want to take that Ethereum, put it back to work, and I'm sure we'll definitely see some sort of sell off sometime here. So as I stated before, I do have about 70 bytes in this area here. for exit purposes, just to provide liquidity. I want to be able to, buy and sell my bytes in this zone. And the reason I do that and I don't do, a sell zone here is I want to definitely be selling above 100. I don't want to sell above, I don't want to sell below 100. So I'll be putting that on sometime when the gas fees are a little bit lower. Right now it's about $100 to take a position in and out of Uniswap. And that kind of brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about, which is what's the minimum fee or what's the minimum amount of Ethereum bytes? What's the size of the pool that you feel comfortable with and you feel like it's actually worth it? Because if you put $1,000 in, it's really hard to make that money back. You have to make 20% really just to have a pretty decent chance at getting your fees back. And not only that, you have to be in the right range for the right amount of time. So the numbers that I just came up with, it was about $4,000. And just using the fees that I've gained as an example, I was able to gain about 30% over a week here between this range here. And if we were just to kind of make that bigger from 18 to 23, I could have used as a range. And I assume that we would probably make about 5% a week. And that turns out to be about $200 in fees. Like I said, you don't have to be as, that's just kind of a conservative guess there. You could make more than that, but that's just the numbers that I came up with. And if you have any questions on that, we can definitely go over it again. So this definitely played into my plan, which was I wanted to have Ethereum to buy this dip here. We didn't get it. And you also want to have bytes so that when you do lose your zone here and it goes above, you're still set because you have 70, if you have half your bytes, you have a pretty good amount, have a couple hundred at least ready here so that I can either trade it or just hold on to it. And yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to go over impermanent loss and how to calculate it. I had a subscriber ask a few questions about it, and I guess I really don't understand exactly how to calculate it. And I did a little bit more research, and I think I could clarify it for more people here. We'll do a deep dive on that tomorrow. So for volume, it's up today, 1.4 million. Yeah, the season floor yield took a huge hit. Was at 84 to 82 Ethereum. So that's tough. We still have a few land floors at this spot here. I think there's only about 6 or so. So we could definitely see those get scooped up over the next couple weeks. The outer identity is up a lot, most likely due to the Twitch stream event. Not much volume here. So I skipped yesterday, so this isn't yesterday's, this is actually today's. So we had about 50 plus new holders here. We've had a supply increase of 6,457. And we also saw the market cap increase $7 million here. That's most likely because of Bytes being redeemed. And so this is my my position for the last week. Total it's 600 plus 1,900, which gave me about $2,500 in profit. It's going to be a pretty decent pull here. So we got $1,400 in in Bytes here and 0.29 ETH. So like I said, I'm going to be closing this out and starting a new position. Where exactly, I haven't 100% decided, but I definitely want to be ready for anything. So I'm going to calculate what's the best chances that I can make some money here. I do want to take some profits here soon, actually, because we are at this resistance. So I do have some Bytes that I can sell, and I will let you guys know when I do that. And yeah, that's it, guys. So any questions, let me know, and I will catch you next time.